Right now, the business to consumer, the so-called B2C sector, is in the doldrums in terms of share price of .com companies that are selling to consumers on a retail basis. It looks to be a sector where the growth is beginning to plateau out. Could we see another major upswing in terms of revenues growth and perhaps share price appreciation because of the kind of rich media and sophisticated features that you and other entrepreneurs are enabling for the web to go from two-dimensional digital catalog shopping to something three-dimensional, which falls in much more into your conception of a good experience?
Yeah, first of all, I must say that what statistics shows is that the number of users which are going to shop is increasing all the time. The number of visits per users is increasing, and the total volume of purchasing is increasing. Companies which sold last year $10 or $20 million are talking about selling hundreds of millions of dollars in 2002 or 2003. So I think we are going to see an increase on the total volume. What we do see in parallel that the oversupply of shopping destinations is being sorted out. You know, for every item there were 200, 300 shops on the internet, and it's too much noise. There is no place for all of them. So the decrease in prices of the shares of the B2C, I think, is not due to lack of commercial opportunities for the company, but due to the over-access or oversupply of such companies. And once this whole thing will be sorted out, I think you will see a number of B2C true and important companies which will have their room under the sun and will get the value, etc. And with all the issues of the stock market, if you look on the volume of business that Amazon was able to generate from zero, it's immense. I think that this is one of the fastest growing companies in the history of commerce. So I wouldn't write off this B2C business.
But it certainly sounds as if your vision for the market is reminiscent of the historical observation that around 1900 and 1910 there were something like 1,200 automobile manufacturers in the United States. And today, of course, we think of really having only 3 left, one of which is owned by Daimler Chrysler, or by Daimler, a German owner. That in each of these categories, be it B2C, B2B, or the subcategories, we will see some very strong winners. But they may be counted on the fingers of one hand, not with this dramatic proliferation that we've seen around every category, from books to music to pets and so forth.
Yeah, again, it's hard to be a prophet, you know. It's prophecies.
Although it's easier if you're from Israel.
I didn't think about it.
You know,
it's
proximity
easier,
to the
It's
Temple
easier
Mount.
if you discuss the past, you know. Then it's very easy to be a prophet. I think that we should extend the Warren Buffett rule. Warren Buffett used to say on financial problems in companies that the cockroach rule. You see one, you know that there are many others. So in the internet, you see one company, you know that there are many others. But you also know that in 2 or 3 years, out of the many others, 3 or 4 will survive. The beauty in the internet, you know, in Israel, we have a saying that the dirt road is smarter than the traveler, which means if you go on a dirt road, you should follow the dirt road and not trying to make shortcuts. I used to tell my young associate that the market is smarter than the traveler, which means you have to listen to the market. And you have to get the signals from the market, and you have to understand what the markets want. You have a concept, you try the concept, you throw it to the market, but you have to be very attuned to the market, and you should be willing to change course as you get indications from the market. The nice thing about the internet and software business in general, but particularly in the internet, that you come with a paradigm, you try it, and you are still able to do corrections. It doesn't mean that you will succeed, but at least you have a fair chance to do it.
So Yossi, we're among friends. What is the next big thing?
The next big thing is the ability of the internet to empower young people to collaborate, to express themselves, to share, to reach out, to create interpersonal relationships the internet is a great tool for people to express themselves. And for anybody who deals with the internet, it's very important to understand it, because this is the true underlying power of the internet. If people are moving into places in the internet, it's not exclusively, but it's mainly because of this thing. So if you want to create an offering, will it be in B2B, B2C, .com, wireless, broadband, I don't know what, you better understand that the internet is not a TV, it's not a book, it's not just a media, it's not interactive in the sense that what I call passively interactive, that you see something and you can move around. It's interactive in the sense that you put your hands into the mud and you mess with the mud. It's like dealing with clay or with plaster. And if you offer this ability to mainly young people, but not only young people, and some young people are 70 years old, but they are still young. If you provide them the ability to create, to discover, to participate, to share, to do wonderful things on the internet, then you will succeed. This is the current big thing, and I think this will stay the next big thing. This is one dimension. The other dimension of the next big thing is, as I say, this amazing competition, cooperation between what the grassroots wants and what the business side of the internet wants. And unless the two of them work together, there will be no internet, because the grassroots cannot finance the infrastructure, etc., unless there is a business community behind it. The business community, because of the power of the internet, cannot just go and impose their desire on the people. This game is over. So these two poles of the internet and the game between them is very, very exciting. I think this is more exciting than the most compelling sport competition that you can watch on TV.
Well, Yossi Vardi, thank you very much for speaking with us.
Thank you. It was nice to be here.
A quick update, the viral road can be a rocky one, even for Yossi Vardi. The Vardi-backed venture Are You Sure was recently forced to lay off half of its Tel Aviv workforce.